Hey, what's up? This is episode 21 of the Throwaway Days podcast. I'm Cody Jones, and this time we have on Kid Dead. Kid Dead is a rapper who got his chops in Nashville, but he's originally from Tallahassee. He's the man. I've played with this dude so many times because he's just like a touring machine. I've probably played with him in Pittsburgh like at least 6 times. And it's cool. We talk about this dude just loves to tour. And he, we actually didn't talk about this. We didn't talk about him playing in Tijuana. Right after the interview, he went to Iceland and Germany, and he just goes all over for shows, and it's awesome. And dude just loves to travel and actually makes sure he has time to see things when he goes places, as opposed to just showing up at some dive bar and waiting for his 25-minute set. It's cool. He definitely makes the most of his travels. The interview was good. It's good. I like it. It starts off super heavy though. I think he had just listened to the Ray Strife interview, which if you didn't hear was mostly about Ray getting sober towards the end there. The end of the interview, and I think Kid Dead just kind of came out ready to be open, and within 10 minutes of the interview he's telling me about being in jail outside of Louisville, and just pretty much he starts off the interview with him hitting rock bottom, and then it's all up and up from there. He said some really inspiring things about allowing yourself to make bad art, which I thought was just really good, and it makes sense too. Just you can't come out and the first song you write's not going to be the shit. You just have to realize it's going to take time. It's it's an acquired muscle or whatever you want to call it. But we talk about all kinds of cool stuff. He told me about proposing at a Ramshackle Glory show, which I thought was hysterical. I don't know, there's a bunch of stuff. You should definitely check out this interview if you made it, if you already tuned in. I imagine that's what you're here to do. I had to delete all my old podcasts off SoundCloud, so there's only going to be the 2 or 3 most recent ones. So if you ever want to go back and hear older tracks, you'll just have to go to iTunes or wherever, if you have an Android, wherever you get them on your phone, or there's select ones on YouTube that I'm working on that. But this intro's got to be kind of short just because the interview's long and I don't have that much hosting space left through Libsyn. So yeah, real quick, what's up with me though? I got a little short tour run with I Alive. Thursday, July 27th, we'll be in York, Pennsylvania. Friday, July 28th, we'll be in Cincinnati, Ohio for Adjust Your Eyes Fest. Saturday, July 29th, we'll be in West Virginia. I think either in Morgantown or Charleston, not exactly sure yet. Sunday, July 20th in Westchester. And then in August, I'll probably have some podcasts up before this, but Thursday, August 17th, I'm playing a show in Philly. But yeah, I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. Internet Skateboards is doing the damn thing. Got some new shirts I'm working on. Hopefully by the time you hear this, I might have some boards in Fairman Skate Shop in Westchester. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna log out here so we can get this interview in, and hopefully there's enough space where I can host on Libsyn. But I got next week or next podcast, the next interview will be with Lieutenant Headtrip from the Karma Kids in New York City. There might be a playlist one between that. I don't know. Just depends if I have time or not. But yeah, thanks for checking this out. This is the Throwaway Days number 21 with Kid Dead, Ross Norton, the man. All right, check it out. Peace. All right. Very serious shit here.
Serious stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're Kid Dead.
Yeah.
Are you from Nashville and then moved to Tallahassee? You're from Tallahassee.
I'm from Tallahassee originally.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I met you when you were already living in Nashville. That first, I don't know, what was your first tour?
No.
Okay.
So it was just me, right?
No.
No.
It was
yeah.
a bunch of people.
That was my second tour.
Okay.
That was my second tour. So, yeah, me and Andrew from Last Little Horseman.
Yep.
We did a tour down south, and we met the Controverse through that. We did half the tour. It was just us, and then half the tour we met up with them and did half the tour with them. And then we just decided to do it again, and then we brought Knife and Migs along.
So the Last of the Horsemen, though, is from Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
And did you like start rapping while in Nashville or in Tallahassee? Like, what's your like introduction to rap before?
Yeah, I mean, I started rapping in high school.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I started rapping when I was like 16.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, like I started rapping and b-boying. Like I was a break dancer.
Really?
Yeah, dude. I like was way into b-boying, but I was never very good at it. So
Yeah.
like I tried to do something else, and that was like rapping was my next thing, and I liked that a lot, and it was way easier. So like I did that for a long time. I just like wrote raps for years and years, and like I think I recorded maybe like 3 songs, but I was always too fucked up. I was always like just
In Tallahassee.
yeah, dude, I was high all the time.
Yeah.
And just could never get my shit together.
Yeah. So that's like a kind of thing with your past, which I didn't know you at all then.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah, nobody did. Nobody like I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't making music. I wasn't touring. I was like way into hip hop, and it was like this like dream, you know, that like I could never actually obtain because I was too high all the time. Like
Yeah.
I was like shooting dope in bathrooms, and I was, you know, I wasn't like putting any effort into it. I was just writing raps, like just books and books
Yeah.
of raps for years, and I just wrote a ton of them, and they were terrible. They were all just really bad and angsty and like drug fueled and
Yeah. I mean, I feel like even if you weren't on drugs, they may have been bad just for the age too. Like,
Right,
A lot of times
yeah,
when
yeah.
you're like 16, it's like, what the fuck
Yeah.
is this saying?
It was like 16 to 26.
Okay.
It was like
Okay.
it was like 10 years of being on dope and like
Yeah.
writing raps and trying to like not and just never doing anything.
Yeah. How did you end up in Nashville then?
I got arrested at Bonnaroo when I guess I was actually 25.
Okay.
I guess. I don't know. It's hard to piece it all together. But yeah, I was maybe 26 actually. But it was 2010, and I got arrested at Bonnaroo with a bunch of stuff. And I was just I had tried to move away to Louisville with a friend to like get clean, but not really. Like I just like was like an alcoholic, and I didn't know anybody to get drugs from in Louisville, so I was just like drinking all the time.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I'm gonna go to Bonnaroo and because like that's what I did for years was I would just go to festivals or Bonnaroo and just make a bunch of money selling drugs.
Okay.
And then I would go home and like just live off that for like a few months until I blew it all. Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna come back to Louisville, and I'm gonna have all this money, and I'm gonna start a new life for myself, and like, all was this big idea, and then I went to Bonnaroo and sold fucking ecstasy to an undercover cop and got busted.
Yeah.
And I thought, you know, all my experiences before with getting arrested at festivals were like, oh, it's not a big deal. They'll just kind of like push you through the system. But then when I got there, they were like, oh no, you got arrested with a lot of stuff. Like you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Like you're in a lot of
Was
trouble.
it like the beginning of the weekend too? So you just had like everything you were planning on selling?
Well, no, because like I came there with nothing.
Okay.
But I was just really good at hustling. Like that was like my other, I had, you know, I could kind of rap and then I could hustle. And those were like my only skills, really. I could paint houses kind of too. My uncle taught me how to paint houses. So like I could do that too, but
Okay.
that didn't make as good money. So
I mean, it might make better money than rapping.
Yeah, better than rapping for sure, but not as good as selling drugs.
Yeah, well, oh man, I hope no one young's listening to this. They turn it off right now.
Yeah. Don't sell drugs. Don't do it. It's bad news.
Yeah.
So
So let me, you were from Tallahassee, just kind of getting fucked up and faded all the time, and then you moved to Louisville to like pretend to get clean, but it was mostly like you didn't have drugs.
Right. Yeah.
And then you go to Bonnaroo, and then that's when you get caught trying to sell drugs.
Yeah.
Selling drugs.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Mhm.
Okay. And so, what happens after? Like, did you go back to Louisville after that, or?
No. So I spent about 3.5 months in jail.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I spent like 3.5 months in Coffee County Jail. Like I had nobody wanted to bail me out. Like
Okay. Was that
pretty
just
much
waiting for your?
court date? Yeah. So, but I burned pretty much every bridge in the
Yeah.
book, waiting for just before that. I had nobody who really wanted to put up $1,000
for
to get me out of
this
jail.
dude they know that
Yeah.
like
They were like, that's where he needs to be. They were like, they all knew like that's, and they were right too, and they were right. So it was pretty rough though. It was like the worst jail I'd ever been in.
yeah.
It was just backwoods, sketchy. They were like, you know, doing drugs in the jail. Like,
Did you have a bunch of tattoos then too?
Nah, I had like 3.
Okay.
You know, I had way less tattoos.
Yeah.
But so yeah, like I was just getting shit on constantly in there and just like fucked with because I was like this young like hippie kid.
Okay. So you're in this like backwoods jail for 3.5 months.
Yeah. So while I was in there, it was really rough, and then my mom had lung cancer, so she passed away while I was in jail.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And that was like really hard. That was really tough. A friend of hers who lived in Nashville actually like came and saw me, and I didn't know what was going on. I hadn't talked to her in a couple weeks, and I didn't know what was going on. So like she came and just told me what had happened. And then because that happened, I actually had like a couple friends who just felt really bad for me.
Yeah.
And like bailed me out to get me to Tallahassee for the memorial.
Mm-hmm.
So I got out and got down to Tallahassee for my mom's memorial. But down in Florida, like none of my family, like they didn't want me to stay with them. Like they were like, you need to like figure your shit out. Like,
yeah.
So, and my buddy in Nashville had offered a place to stay. I had one friend in Nashville.
Yeah.
And he's like a buddy that I like, he had moved to Tallahassee and he's from Nashville, and we used to rap together. We did like 2 songs, we like recorded 2 of the only songs that I ever did together. Yeah.
The only stuff you have like recorded from your 10-year bender pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. It was like, was with this dude. And he lived in Nashville, and he's like, really the only friend that wasn't fucked up on drugs. Like really the only friend I could really count on for anything.
Yeah.
And he like took me in and put
Who
me
was
in.
it?
His name's Blake. No, his name's Blake.
Okay.
He's not an active
okay.
rapper. He's you know, really good freestyler, really good dude. Like he's just, you know, he's like, he has a pretty normal life. He just got married actually.
Cool.
I was in his wedding party, you know, in
That's
November.
awesome.
Yeah, it was great. He's like one of my best friends in the world, and he like put me up, and I wasn't quite ready to like stop. It was like really hard. I was going through some really tough shit, but like I wasn't so like, I kind of like drank and smoked weed for a little while, and then I just woke up one day like hungover as shit and was like, this is terrible. Like this is awful. And I just was honest with a friend, the friend who had came and saw me in jail to tell me my mom had died. Like I was like, she was like asking me how I was, and I was like, actually, I'm doing terrible, and I don't know what to do. So she called up a 12-step hotline, and they came and picked me up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they just came and picked me up and took me to a meeting, and that was the start of when I actually started taking my recovery seriously.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow, we just dove right into this.
I know, it got pretty heavy quick. Huh?
Yeah. Well, I feel like it's all like on the up and up from here.
Yeah, totally.
You're probably, so you're in Nashville now.
Yeah.
You're starting to probably take rap more seriously, like redirect your energy, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. So, I got clean and immediately was like, so the one thing, my mom left me a pretty decent inheritance, so I didn't have to worry about money for like right when I first got clean, which was incredible. Like I would never have, like usually I would have been way harder life. It would have been a way harder thing if I had to like try to find some type of job from nothing.
Were you an only child?
I had a sister too.
Okay.
Like she's 8 years older than me, and I have 2 brothers too. They're all half brothers and sisters.
Okay. And they're all in Tallahassee?
My sister lives in Tampa, my brother lives in Orlando, and my other brother, my oldest one, he's like a colonel in the Air Force. He lives in Virginia. He's like,
cool.
Works at the Pentagon and stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
So.
You want to get you a job on the Air Force or some shit? Hey, put this guy behind the sticks.
So, yeah, like I was like, I'm gonna do music finally, and I was like, you know, barely clean, but I'm in Nashville, so it's like a huge music city.
Yeah.
Like just everybody's doing music. Everybody in recovery. I just met all these people who do music, and I ended up meeting Andrew from Last of the Horsemen, and he was like just like not that long out of college, and he did like he went to school for music at like a big university in Nashville, and we just hit it off, and he was like, sure, I love rap, I'll do rap again.
Yeah.
He had been doing a lot of different types of music, trying to like record albums for people and engineer and play with bands, and he was like, none of it was really like, he wasn't feeling any of it, so like the rap thing he was just gonna do for fun, but it kind of clicked.
Yeah.
So, and we had access to this like $1 million studio as another dude in recovery who just like had this huge studio that we had access to. We could do it whenever we wanted. And then I met another rapper in recovery.
Yeah.
And then we met a DJ in recovery.
Yeah.
So we just had this like recovery rap group, but we didn't talk about recovery. Like we were like very anti like being that, you know, thing.
Yeah.
We like didn't want to be like this like corny ass like recovery rap group, because there was actually one of those already in Nashville, and we like hated on him super hard.
That's funny. Yeah, being in Nashville is like inspiring. Just how like people are so stoked about music. Like I've only played there twice, I guess.
Yeah.
But even like the super small flop of a show I played, like it was the most serious sound guy ever. And then like the show I played with you was like great, like killer sound guy, and everyone's just like, yeah, man, I just came down here, I'm doing some music, like I gotta work this job, but like I just want to do music, and like
dude,
everybody there is juiced on it.
That was like a really good like era for me in Nashville when you came through.
Yeah, it was a great show.
It's not, you know, it just like goes through these weird cycles and stuff, I feel like, but that was a really good time when you came through. We were like having a lot of really good shows. It's bringing a lot of people through from out of town. A lot of people were coming out. It's, you know, we don't have that right now as much, but it's definitely, and like Nashville is really fickle. They just, because it's so oversaturated, like they just forget about you real quick.
Yeah.
Like you're just like, I was gone for a year and now I feel like nobody even knows who I am, which isn't true.
Yeah.
Like I've made a name for myself somewhat, and people know who I am kind of, but it's like, you know, it's like they forget about you quick.
Yeah. No, for sure. So tell me about like the first era with Last of the Horsemen. Like how's all that going with all your...
Yeah, so we were making a lot of music. We were just like making songs and putting them out like right away. We were just like making a track and putting it out on Reverb Nation.
Oh.
You know, we were doing like, we didn't know what we were doing, so we were like, this looks good. So we did Reverb Nation, and we're putting songs out on that, and and then we just like, as soon as we had like 6 songs, we were like, all right, let's play a show. And I was really pushing a lot of this. Like I was so on fire to get my career started.
Yeah, and you probably feel like you're making up for lost time.
I felt like I just lost, like, you know, so I felt like I could have been doing it for so long, and I wasn't, that I just had to make up the time. Mm-hmm. So I was just pushing I was pushing the whole, I would like, not to say like, Andrew did a lot. Like it was definitely me and Andrew were really the backbone of that group. Andrew produced most of the tracks. Yeah. He mixed everything. He like he produced most of the beats too. Yeah. And he like did most of that, and then also wrote his own raps, and we wrote a lot of the hooks together. And then like the other rapper, he mostly...
Oh, I didn't even know there was another rapper.
There was at the beginning.
Okay.
This is like the first incarnation was like this rapper, and he was on all the original songs that we just put out right away. His name is Trait, and he's still a friend of mine. Like I just talked to him recently, but yeah, and Andrew actually is getting married like in a few days. Yeah, I'm going to his wedding in
man.
4 days. So, so yeah, like we were like, Trait would just come in and kind of put down a verse, and he was sick. He was like a really good rapper, so he like threw down a verse. And then we'd go and play a show, and we got this DJ who was playing local shows with us. we were making, you know, some steam in Nashville. Weren't a lot of stuff going on like us, so we made, you know, people were like, you know, feeling it, and we're having some really good shows. Yeah. We did the thing where we just played too many shows.
Yeah, as every new group does.
Yeah, we play way too many shows, and we just like our attendance fell off super hard, and then like Trait kind of like just fell out of the group. He just wasn't as active, and we just kind of was not coming. He was not able to make it to stuff as much. I don't really want to make any assumptions. I think he might have been dealing with some stuff like personal stuff. So and then me and
rapping's not everyone's
for
top
sure.
priority.
He's still making music. He's still making beats and like doing stuff, but it's not like his. I don't think it's his main thing. And then me and the DJ actually had a big falling out. I was like living with them, and they like kicked me out of the house, and it was this big like drama thing, and we like got it. So he was out, and then it was like me and Andrew.
So
and
kicked me out of the house, you out of the band. It's like I think he still won that one.
I think he won. Yeah, I like moved in with my girlfriend, and that was terrible because we were like it was like kind of the end of our relationship too. Like we like broke up like 2 months later. It was rough.
Yeah. Nice.
But it was all good though. Like I was like really at a time in my life where like it didn't matter what bad was going, like what bad stuff life threw at me. It was like none of it could have been as bad as where I came from. Yeah. So it was like I dealt with it pretty well. Like I dealt with all of it pretty well. So me and Andrew decided to make an album with just us. Yeah. Just like we don't have Trait anymore. No Jix, like DJ Jix. Okay. Or just Jay, I don't know, Jake, I don't remember something like that. But we just like, we're going to make an album, just me and you. And Andrew made all the beats for it. Actually, we got 2 beats from some other producers, but he made like 8 beats for a 10-track album. Okay. And we wrote it all. We made a thing where we're going to meet. It was either once or twice a week. I think we decided on twice a week, and sometimes we'd only meet up like once a week, and we just like busted it out. It was like, I don't know, like 3 months or something. We like knocked out this. Wrote and produced and wrote and recorded this album in like 3 or 4 months. Together. Yeah, just me and him. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, and we did Kickstarter for the album, and we raised like $2,000. Really? For the album. Yeah. Damn. Yeah. It was crazy, man. So, and we got it mastered by this really good mastering dude, and it was like sounded super good, and then we printed like 1,000 CDs. Oh man. Yeah. 1,000. Yeah, it's ambitious. It was super ambitious. It was really ambitious, man. I think we probably ended up throwing away like 500 CDs. You just threw them out? Like just like a month or 2 ago. Like we held on to them for years, you know. Like but like Andrew actually hit me up like a couple months ago. I was like, yo, I'm cleaning out my basement, and like, I got all these CDs. I don't know what to do with them. Do you want them, or do you want me to throw them out? And I was like, if you're like, I'll give them out. It's like, you can't give out more than like 50 a year. I mean, I still have like, 100 or 200 of them. So we didn't throw. I still have a bunch, Okay. And Andrew's not. He kept a couple, for his like nostalgic keepsake for wedding collection. Gifts. Yeah, exactly. Hey, thanks for coming. Here's a CD. Totally. Yeah. So, and I was like, we have to tour. If we're going to make this album, we have to tour. And, like, Andrew, like, he totally was in it, but he totally had a lot of other stuff he was focused on, too. Yeah. Like, Andrew had, like, he definitely he loved doing music, but, we actually had a big talk about this recently. So we did that tour, because we had to tour the album, and it was awesome. It was, like, my first tour, and I was just, like, stoked. And I was like, this is, like, my whole like all dreams coming true, just 10 years worth of like dreams building up and then finally coming true. And I was like, this is unreal. I was just on the tour you were thinking this, or the first tour I did, I was like, this is just my dreams, kind of everything. Were they like amazing shows, or you were just that some of them were really good, but it was just like just wanted to do it so bad. It was like everything I'd always wanted to do was like make music, rap, and tour, and like play shows was like all I ever wanted to do. Yeah. And I couldn't I could never do it because of how fucked up I was. So, yeah, it was a big deal. It was a huge deal for me. So we did that tour, and it was awesome. We had a great time. It wasn't like amazing shows, but we had a great time. Like, we had some really good ones, and we had some bummers, and, it was like a normal tour. Normal DIY tour. And I don't even remember how we, like, booked that tour. I feel like I just got on the internet and like... Yeah, because what were the shows you were playing in Nashville? Were those shows you were booking, or you were just getting added on shows and like... A little bit of both, man. Like, I was booked, so like, when I moved to Nashville... People were hitting you up on Reverb Nation? Yeah. Like, yo, I'm number 1 in this area. Well, like I played a show at Cafe Coco, the place you played,
Yeah.
and the sound guy there was just like this is great. Like I played this show. I think I had a little bit to do with putting it together. It was a couple of us putting it together, and he was like, nobody else is doing shows. Like, do you want to do like a monthly?
Oh wow.
And I was like, yeah, I have no idea how to do that. I'm not going to tell you that, but I just had no idea what I was doing, but I was like, yes, I definitely want to do a monthly.
Yeah.
And I had no idea what I was doing, and I picked up a monthly show, and I was just booking cats from all over the city. I was anybody who wanted to play it, and like it went really well. Like I did this thing, it was called Pay Dues. It was once a month, and it was Pay Dues at Cafe Coco.
Okay.
It was just a bunch of like local people playing shows.
Yeah.
And it did so well that this other dude asked me if I wanted to do a weekly show.
At a different location?
venue, like right down the street.
Oh man.
So I was like, yeah, that's great.
That's the thing
awesome.
when people see you're on fire, everybody like wants to spark. They're like, yeah.
Dude, I got so burnt out. I did it for like a year. I did like a weekly and a monthly for like a year.
5 shows a month, right?
It was 5 shows a month, and I wasn't really playing most of them.
Yeah.
I was just booking them. I like became like the hip hop local promoter in Nashville. Like I put on like all these kids for their first shows, like tons of kids.
That's a good feeling though.
No, it was cool. Great, man. And I still get love for it sometimes. Still people are like on Twitter like, yeah, Kid Dad put me on my first show. Like
nice.
It was like, you know, it's like, yeah, it was cool, man. And like, but like that's not what I wanted to be doing, you know. It was like not like my passion. I was like, this was only there was a very selfish reason why I was doing it, you know. So, but it was like, which is fine. Yeah. I think a lot of people don't realize that's like a really good way to get like into a scene. Like it's like I see a lot of kids who are like, I don't know how to get on a show or like do something, like book it. Yeah. Book your own show. Like book a fucking show, put some acts on it, fucking put yourself in the middle. And like and play. Like
that's true. I always I was just like such a bleeding heart, dude. I'm like, I'll put everyone else. Everyone else is in the middle. You know? I'm like always first or last.
Dude, I was ruthless, man. I put myself in the middle. Like, if it wasn't like an out of town dude, if it was just all locals, we were right in the middle. Like every time, which is like one of the like best crowd, and it like worked. It worked pretty well for us. Yeah. So now we're at like that second tour. You know, so like I'm still just doing, like, and I'm like working like I worked at a tattoo shop in Nashville for like a year, and I like quit that because it was like no money, and I was just like getting free tattoos, which is great. I'm like covered in tattoos now, so it was, but I'm just working shitty kitchen jobs, and then I've got like that gig at Wild Cow somewhere around then. And they were really cool with touring.
They were what?
They were really cool with touring.
Oh, really?
Really cool.
That's so rare.
It was so cool. Like, all I had to do was get my shifts covered. Like, I just had we have a Google group, and I just post all the shifts I need, and then people just pick them up. If I can get all my shifts covered, then I can go on tour.
Nice.
And it wasn't even a thing. They don't care at all.
Yeah.
They were totally cool with it. They were super supportive.
Yeah.
John and Melanie were the people who own it. They're like some old punk couple.
That's awesome.
They're awesome. They're amazing. So the second tour, and we did Knife and Migs.
Oh yeah, and Knife is like blowing up now.
Yeah, Knife.
I'm like, I saw it. I played with that guy.
Yeah, Knife. Yeah, we talk every now and then. But yeah, like just about like shows and stuff.
Yeah. And I think, does Migs live here now?
Migs does live here now.
Yeah,
he might be out tonight. Actually, he said he's gonna come out tonight.
I never like stayed in touch with those dudes for whatever reason.
Yeah.
But I'll see like. I think I follow him on Twitter or something. I was like, once in a while, see he's like out here.
Yeah. So that tour was like me and Andrew, Knife and Migs, and then Adam and Lucas from Controverse.
Oh yeah, and I met that Adam dude. He's in
Difference Machine, and he like
with
DJs for Chuck D. Like Chuck D signed him. Yeah, they're killing it, dude. It's fucking awesome.
Cool.
So amazing.
That
was a terrible tour though.
Yeah,
that was just a gnarly tour.
Like from that show, if you would tell me where all these dudes are going to end up in like 4 years, I'd be full of shit.
Yeah.
Like, he's on Strange Famous. Chuck D signed him. He's playing Ice. Yeah, dude, whatever.
Yeah, it's funny, man. But yeah, like we were like we just like hated each other kind of. Like not really. Like we were just like we were all having such a bad time. We played so many bad shows.
Yeah.
And there was like we were just all making no money, and there was like 6 people on tour, 2 cars, so it was just like no money. We're all just like dumping money into this tour.
Yeah.
And like we're like fighting and just arguing and just like really like, you know, I don't want to say any names, but it was just like people were at each other's throats a little bit, man.
Yeah.
And it was kind of ruthless, and which is like, it was just like, I got mad love for those dudes. That tour was just really rough on all of us.
How
like,
did you guys book that tour? Was that the one through Nicholas Oliver or not?
No,
Okay.
that still was just us. Like I think me and Adam booked most of it.
Okay.
I got it, but that's when I met Nick. That's how I met Nick, was through that tour. Mo Nichols had come through Nashville, and I put him on shows a couple times, and Mo hooked me up with Nick.
Okay.
And Nick got us a show in New Bedford.
Yeah.
And that was like one of the better shows on the tour, but it was still like, oh man, it's just weird. There's some drama. It's just drama all the time. So we played Manhattan, and then we split ways. The tour, like Knife and Migs and Controverse went some one way, and me and Andrew were like, oh, we're gonna play Portland Rap Night. So we like played the one good show of the tour, really. Like we went up to Portland Rap Night, and it was awesome. Yeah. Like we had this great time, and we played with Mo. We made no money, but it was awesome. It was like, Rap Night is an amazing thing what they do. So like the only weekly rap show I've ever been to where like 50 to 100 kids come out like every time. Yeah. Like it's crazy.
Yeah,
it's nuts.
Wednesdays, Portland, Maine, right?
Wednesdays. Is it Wednesdays? I couldn't remember if it was Monday or Wednesdays. Whatever. Yeah, whatever. It was some day. And then they do Sunday now in Manchester. But but we got back from that tour, and me and Andrew actually had to talk about it recently. So like we broke up, and Last Horseman broke up.
Yeah.
And we were cool still, but it kind of put a wrench in our friendship a little bit. But it wasn't like we like were mad at each other. Mm-hmm. It was just like Andrew kind of came clean with me recently. He was like, yeah, like I loved doing music, but he knew he couldn't take it as seriously as I wanted to. Yeah. But he didn't want to admit that at the time. Yeah. So we kind of got salty at each other a little bit, instead of like just being honest with like what really was going on. I was like wanted to take it seriously. I didn't feel like he was taking it seriously. You know, just and like it
seemed like he had like like if he's like went to school for music and like is in all these like kick-ass studios, like it's like, dude, if you want to make rap music, that's cool, but you should be like recording and making people making money that way. Like,
but he didn't even do that. That's not even what he's doing. No, he went to school for to be a therapist and stuff, and now he's but he also runs the Dharma Center in Nashville. During all this, like we both were going to this to Against the Stream and learning Buddhism from this dude Dave Smith. Okay. Like that was part of our friendship. We would go to the Against the Stream Center, and we like were learning all about Buddhism. I did like 2 years where I was like a part of that community. Oh wow! And I learned all about Buddhism, and that was like part of our recovery too. And I kind of fell out of that and focused more on music. And Andrew went way deep into that. Okay. He runs the center now. Dave Smith moved out to LA, and Andrew took over the whole center. Really? Yeah. Wow. He's like the head Buddhist at this. Head Buddhist now. I played a show with a head Buddhist. Head Buddhist. That's awesome, man. Yeah, he's killing it. I love it. So we made like a beat recently. He like came over and we just kicked it and made a beat. It was cool. But yeah, that was the end of Last Horseman, and I was like, I gotta do solo now. I gotta keep going. Were you focusing on solo stuff like at all before? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was doing. How long have you been Kid Dead? When did that? That happened right when I got clean. Okay. Like that was right when I got clean. I was like, I was going by like before then. I was going by like my graffiti name, which was Ascent or something. It was like my graffiti name. So I like when I got clean, I was like, I'm not doing any of that. I'm just like cutting that whole life off. So Kid Dead was just some stupid shit I came up with. It's not really that. I mean, it makes sense. Like you're like deading that part of you. Totally. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, totally. Yeah. I was really like. I was really like fucking dark and depressing. I was like, I'm fucking dead inside. Like I was like, I like don't feel that way anymore. I feel like the name's taken on a different like life for me now. It's like totally means different things to me now. But it was like at the time I was just like, I listened to a lot of Cage when I was growing up. I don't anymore. Awesome. Yeah, so I already knew that I had to like, I already knew that Andrew, I kind of knew for a while that like Andrew was not gonna stick with Last Horseman forever.
Yeah.
Like it was gonna be, I would have to be solo. Like, and that's
like the perk of being a rapper.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, instead of being in a band. Yeah.
And like relying on X amount of people all the time.
Right.
It's like, I can do this myself.
Yeah.
So, this is probably when Kid Dead starts to spark off in Nashville a little bit, right?
A little bit, yeah. Like I still like, I felt like when I went from Last Little Horseman to Kid Dead, had no idea what my sound was. I like had like come from this group, and it was like I did not want to do that. So like it took me a while to really get I made a couple projects that you can't find anywhere. That are gone forever. Okay. Like, yeah, actually, you probably could find some stuff. Actually, you can. I was like looking up, because I'm fucking narcissistic as hell. I was like looking up Kid Dead, and you can find weird random songs on like, German MP3 sites and weird stuff, man. The internet is so, I don't know who does this. Who's doing this? Yeah. It's like, man, I can't even get anyone to show up to my show in my hometown, but this like weird German dude's bootlegging my stuff. It's like, I'll send you a copy, man. Like, I'll send you all my stuff,
I'll give
please.
You 500 copies of Last of the Horsemen.
Yeah, so you can't really find that stuff anymore, but it's around. It's pretty. I don't like it. I think it's pretty bad, but
I feel like that's not a bad sign though.
Yeah.
Like for you to, like it's cool to have things you can stand by, but like sometimes it's nice to like chart your progression.
I think it's like really good to allow yourself to make bad art.
Yeah.
Like just to allow like the just to keep going, because you can't.
That's true. Not everything's gonna be perfect.
Nothing. Like you can't learn how to make music without making bad stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Like you're never. I don't think it's possible. Like I don't think anybody's. You have to learn. You have to learn, and that learning process means you're gonna make shit that sucks.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Cool.
So yeah.
It's a good outlook.
Yeah.
So the tour where I met you is how you met Nicholas Oliver, who is now booking like just killing it really.
He's amazing, man.
Yeah. But he books tours for indie rappers who never really had tour managers before, mostly. But he started. I feel like you were like one of the first dudes he was like booking tours for, right?
I was early on for sure. It was like Height, AWOL 1, and like me and maybe a couple other dudes. Yeah. But it was mostly pretty some dudes like that.
And then I feel like that really helped you like jumpstart. Like that dude saved you hours of trolling on the internet like per show.
It was huge,
like, just,
man.
Like, linking you with the right person.
It was massive, man. Cities. It was crazy. It was amazing. Those were two of the most successful tours I've still done. Yeah. Wow. Like it changes the game, man. It's interesting how like people who book shows in different cities will just treat you better.
If they know you know him.
If you have a booking agent, like I think it's just maybe it's him though. I don't know. I think it's kind of a booking agent and him. Like he's a good booking agent. Yeah. And like he like really, just like they treated me. I've got treated better on that tour for the most part than any other tours. I still had some shit like. Some bullshit. Like you always deal with bullshit. Like I got ripped off in Philly at the Fire. Like I had like I had a door deal there, and they just like here's $10, and I was like what? And I was like here's my door deal, and they're like nah. Like, yeah. Was it like a written thing, or it was just like an email where like nothing was signed? There's nothing signed. Yeah. I mean, so it was. I guess it was. Yeah. It wasn't like official, but it was still shitty. Yeah. It was still shitty practice. Yeah. But yeah, so like it was just a great tour, man. Nick is such a good dude. Like such a good dude.
Yeah.
He was so helpful. He just like really, I met so many people through that tour. I felt like I made so many connections. That's where I met a lot of the places where I play regularly still.
Yeah.
Is through that tour.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Let me see here.
And that was like all by myself. That was like my first time just going out all by myself on the road.
I'm trying to think. Did you come through Pittsburgh on that one? Because I know you came through Pittsburgh once with Sofa Brown.
That was one of the tours that he booked.
Okay.
But I think I booked that show maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I remember, like, I think you may have, like, reached out to me or Joe, and then, like, sometimes he'll hit me up and be like, hey, can you do the show? I'm all like, yeah, I'm kind of on it.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, good.
Cool.
I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a cool show.
Yeah,
and
that was
then,
cool.
Let me think. I think you played Pittsburgh again at Rock Room. It was my birthday show.
Mm-hmm.
And that was when you were by yourself. So that may be one of the ones he was talking about.
That was before that.
Oh,
so
really?
that was before Sofa.
Oh.
That was like they were like a few months apart.
Okay.
So that was that's right. I played that one by myself, and that then played.
Okay.
With Sofa the next time at Evolve.
The first time when you were by yourself, you were like making jewelry and stuff then too. Like, tell me about that.
Yeah, I don't know. I just got it. I was like dating this girl.
Yeah.
And she was really artsy and crafty. And I was just like getting all artsy and crafty.
Yeah.
So like so, you know, being the hippie that I was, I was really into rocks, you know, when I was like, that was the only thing I could like hold on to, because you can't sell your rocks after you get it. Like, it's like I have like this big collection of like rocks, like crystals and like pretty rocks. You know, and like I was like the only thing that wasn't worth any money when I was out there getting high. So stuck. Yeah, nobody wanted those rocks. So they stuck around, and I still have a lot of them. But yeah, I was really into them. So I knew a little bit about them, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna wrap rocks and make necklaces and sell them on tour. And it was just like a fun little thing to do, like to make a little extra money. And it actually was really tight. It was bittersweet, because it was like I would almost always sell at least one or two necklaces or something from the rocks and necklace collection, and sometimes I wouldn't even sell like any of my stuff.
Yeah.
So it'd be like, oh, this is funny.
Maybe I'm in the wrong direction.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
So can I put like an MP3 download with that rock?
Yeah.
Like, what's up?
I would just give out CDs a lot of times. I'd
Yeah.
just like give out a CD with the necklace. So, like, here, you bought that? Like, listen to this, please. Just once, and then throw it out the window. I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, but those were really awesome. And so like throughout all this, what I really like made the difference for me was Spoken Nerd, man. He was like my mentor for a while.
When did you meet him? Because he's always been around Nashville,
This was
right?
before I put out Rap and Destroy, before I did my first solo tour. This was during Last of the Horsemen. Like, we met him during played shows with Last of the Horsemen.
Okay.
And we kind of like just became friends. And when Last of the Horsemen broke up, I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't want to do like another album with these like, you know, lo-fi producers in Nashville who are just like not mixing anything right, and I can't like make anything sound good. Like, I don't know, like I need like, where do you do your stuff out, what I do? And he's like, I got you. And he like hooked me up with his producer, who made a whole album for me.
Really?
Who just like
was
produced
that
the
Rap
whole.
and Destroy?
Yeah, that was Joel McNulty, Joel Dahl, Phantom Farmer.
Okay.
He's just a dude out of Nashville, and he's an incredible engineer, incredible producer. He does a lot of different. He was like in a band called De Nova Doll that were really incredible. He's been in a lot of projects over the years that are just really good. He does a thing called Chill Witch right now with this girl. They're really,
Chill Witch?
Yeah, they're really amazing.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, but he was incredible, man, and he like, it was like, yeah, I had to pay him pretty good amount of money, but it was like I got a really good product. Yeah. From it, you know, I mean, he like hooked me up really. Like, he charges a lot of money for stuff. Yeah. You know, for he like did everything. He did the producing, and recorded everything and mixed everything down, and then I got somebody else to master it.
Okay.
But it was like he did it all for a bundle price, and I paid him so much. I don't remember how much, but it was like, you know, some money.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I remember when I was younger, I was like so against that. Like,
yeah.
I'm like too DIY for my own good. But everything's just gonna suffer when I do that.
Yeah.
With making music and stuff, like, I'm like, well, I'm not making any money, so I should just like not invest in it.
Right.
But it's worth it, cause like.
Cause like for me, it's like, I know I'm not making any money, and I'm dumping just so much money into this music. Like, I just bought vinyl, dude. It's crazy. I'm just dumping so much money into this like music. But for me, it's like this is like what I want to do. Like,
awesome.
what it's like, you know, this is my art. This is like what I like care about the most in the world. This is my like my baby.
Yeah.
You know, this is
awesome.
like, so it's like I'm just like, the money doesn't matter. Like, it's like money, I also just don't give a shit about money. Like, I mean, I do like it. It's not like, but like also I don't like money. I am a part of this money system, so I have to use it, and I like being able to do stuff like that. So like it's not like money comes and goes throughout your life, and it's just not important. I'm not worried about like a savings account or retirement or anything really. I just don't. It's not like, you know, I don't feel like it's in the books for me. You know, it's just like,
yeah. I mean, if you're a rapper, it's not.
Yeah, it's just not in the books for me, and I just don't care anyways. I thought I was gonna be dead before I was 30. You know, like I totally thought that. I thought I was like, there's no way I'm making it to 30.
Yeah.
So like I'm 32. I'm like, shit, I made it this far. Like, you know, it doesn't matter at this point. I made it way further than I ever thought I was going to. So it's cool. I'm like cool with like living the way I do. Yeah. And like living as cheap as possible so I can make them the best art I can.
Yeah. Okay. So Jewel made the Rap and Destroy, which kind of like set your sound, like cemented your sound a little bit.
Yeah.
So you're like probably feel kind of like an official solo artist now.
Yeah.
And then you like doing the damn thing in Nashville for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And before we get back to how you're in Nashville now again, living cheap in like this pretty cool warehouse space you're telling me about. Yeah. You went back to Tallahassee.
I did.
Tell me like what drew you there.
A girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it the one I met that we stayed with?
I don't know. Who were you with?
Co-op. I was by myself.
Yeah, I remember that now.
That's why nobody remembers.
You were at Bread and Roses. I remember now. Yeah. I remember. Yeah. You stayed with me?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was who I was living with.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I met this girl, and like.
Was she from your past?
No.
Okay.
No, I met her. I was like planning some shows and like visiting family down in Florida, and I just met on Tinder.
Yeah.
Yeah. Met this girl on Tinder.
You want to do the whole episode about Tinder? I could do that.
I could do that too.
I try to ask everyone, like, I try to ask Darko and like everyone. They're like, well, what do you want to talk about that? I'm like,
because Tinder's great.
So you get around where you get the best swipes. What's up? He's like, I don't know.
Dude, Tallahassee, I swiped a lot in there. Got some good swipes. Good swipes in Tallahassee.
It's cool.
West Coast, that's the best swiping.
No, keep it in mind. I'll have to get out there for that.
Yeah.
No other reason.
But yeah, we met and like we're all fall in love, you know. It was crazy. It was like from the beginning, it was just like insanity. She was married and in a poly marriage. Mm-hmm. So it was like my first introduction to polyamory, and I was like, "Oh, poly, that sounds tight. That's like perfect."
She can't wait to meet Polly.
Yeah.
But that's like open relationship type stuff.
Yeah, it's open relationship kind of. It's like, yeah, it's just like that.
Yeah.
So they did. Yeah, she did. They had like rules, but she could like date me.
Okay.
But they broke up. They like split up.
Okay.
Like they had been married for like 5 years and like split up, and they have a kid.
Yeah.
And I was just, I don't know. I like look back on it and I know what it was. I was like, I thought I had found this thing that was like, you know, what I'd been looking for, and I don't really know what it, like. I was just kind of, I just kind of wanted to. I think I was mostly just filling. I was trying to fill some hole in me that I felt like was missing. Mm-hmm. And I was in love. You know, I was in love and I was crazy. I was stupid. I was so I moved down to Tallahassee. I had all this amazing stuff going for me. In Nashville, it was just like going great. I was like just making so many moves, and like then I moved down to Tallahassee with like without really even telling anybody. I kind of was dealing with some slip ups a little bit. I like decided to smoke weed again and shit, and it was really stupid, and I hated it.
Yeah.
I like drank ayahuasca in Peru.
I don't know
Like
what that is.
you don't know, it's like DMT.
Oh.
I like it's.
I'm like, was that an IPA? What is that?
Yeah, I drank the strongest psychedelic on the planet in Peru with a shaman in the middle of the nowhere. Like, I mean, it was a really wild experience, and like I wouldn't change it. But yeah, I was kind of fucking up a little bit.
Yeah.
I was fucking up here and there, and like having some slip ups, and that was all part of that. I think I was just like, and I left Tallahassee, and I left Nashville, and I barely told anybody, man. Like I had all these friends, and I just abandoned them all. I felt like I've just like dipped, dude. And like I don't know. I think most people get it. Most people are cool with it. I think I probably like made a few people salty and a little upset because like I just disappeared, man. It was kind of rude.
Yeah, that's kind of what I did. How I'm here.
Yeah. But I mean, a lot of people get it. They're like, you know, like you're doing your life, and like you gotta make decisions for yourself that feel right for you, and it felt right at the time, and then it was instantly just terrible.
Everything about Tallahassee, or
pretty much like it was just like all these. I just like Tallahassee has such baggage for me.
Yeah.
Like
Were you like reconnecting with anyone from whenever you were younger?
Yeah, I was reconnecting with people, but it wasn't like really good. Like it was people who were still just like doing the same shit I was, you know.
It's always weird to see, like going back and be like, whoa.
It was like a time warp, dude. It was like a time warp. I was like, wow, y'all are not different at all. Y'all are like the exact same people you were like 5 years ago. Like this is weird. And it was, and then like me and Eli were like, we were just so both super passionate and just like, I'm not, you know, saying anything bad about her. Like she was like, she's a great mom, and she was trying to do best for her and her daughter too, and like it was a mess. We were just both really had no idea what we wanted and what we wanted to do, and like I think that she had never been single for a really long time. And I think it was just a really bad idea for her to get straight into this really serious relationship with me, and I also just like had never even thought about being a dad before, and it was like, and I was like a stepdad, and it was really hard. It was so hard. It was like the hardest. It's like the hardest thing I've ever done, man. It was insane. It's crazy. Man. I do never want to have kids now. And like it's cool. It was, but I also really I like connected with that, like which was really hard when everything ended. So, you know, it was a tough year. That was probably actually the toughest year of my life since I got clean. Yeah. Being down in there in Tallahassee, kind of fucking up here and there, and then like we had a really just sick, twisted relationship, and also being around all these people from my past were just all fucked up, and it was just a really weird year, and I got really depressed a lot, and I tried to keep touring. I did tour a little bit. I toured with Adder once, and Adder's a dude from LA, man. He's really dope. Okay. He's like incredible. Cool. He lives in Tijuana now. Oh wow. He's like one of my favorite like people in the world. He's amazing. He's just like an incredible musician, incredible producer, an amazing rapper, and he's just killing it. And he lives in Tijuana now, and he's learning Spanish. And it's
now he is.
Yeah. Awesome. He was learning before he went down there, but he's like really learning now.
Yeah, I'd say so.
But yeah, we did a tour, and then I did a tour with Don with I Alive. Yeah. During that year, it was like what I was doing, and I was playing. Wellness. Yeah. Wellness. You guys came through Pittsburgh. Yeah. But I was playing, like, just, like, it was cool because I was playing, like, punk shows, but it was just a bunch of shitty local shows in Tallahassee. And it was, like, nowhere, like I coming from... State to tour through. Yeah, and, like, I had some great shows in Tallahassee. Like, they were super good community, but coming from Nashville where, like, it's, like, you're making a name for yourself, you know? Mm-hmm. Tallahassee, it's, like, just a...
You'll be big fish in a little pond.
There's nowhere to go. Like there's nowhere to even go up. Even if you're a big fish in Tallahassee, you're nobody anywhere. Yeah. Like it's just there's nowhere to go from Tallahassee. It's a dead end town for everybody.
Yeah. So you move back to Nashville.
Yeah. We broke. So I went on a tour by myself.
Okay.
I booked this huge tour. I got engaged. I got engaged in front of 1,500 people at Planet X in the middle of Ramshackle Glory's last show.
Oh wow!
And proposed to my ex.
Wow.
I asked Doug, the banjo player, at the merch table. I was like, "Yo, can I propose to I was insane, dude. It was I was just crazy. It was so we were broken up officially at the time, but we were there together, and I was like, I'm gonna propose to her, and it's gonna be great. And
what'd you do for a ring?
Did not have a ring.
Oh man,
it was stupid. It was so funny. It was awesome. Hilarious. It was so funny. Thinking back on it, I was like, what was I thinking? It was so funny, but
that's crazy.
Yeah, it was really epic. It was like a story for sure.
Oh yeah, that's insane. Ramshackle Glory's last show.
Yeah, and they let me come up.
To his ex, proposes to his ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, they didn't know any of that, but.
We're peeking so hard.
Maybe you're listening.
Oh man.
But yeah, so. So we left there, and it was not getting any better. It just got bad again. It was good for a week, and then it just got bad again. And I was leaving for tour. I was going off for tour for 3.5 weeks.
Yeah.
And we were all poly and stuff, So we're and it was on and off doing open relationship the whole time. So I went on this tour, and she just broke up with me a week into the tour.
Really?
Yeah, over the phone.
Yeah.
So I had 2.5 weeks left on the road all by myself.
That's
just sitting.
Lonely.
It was pretty lonely. It was really dark at times, but also really great. Luckily, it was one of the most soul-searching journeys of my life.
Okay.
I drove all the way out to the West Coast and just Tijuana and just everywhere. I was driving through so many different. I would drive just crazy drives Austin to El Paso, which is 8 hours through all of Texas, and driving from El Paso to Albuquerque, and it's just through these incredible landscapes. It's beautiful. It was amazing, and I would just I would just stop on the side of the road and walk up a mountain and just be or a big hill, and they would just stand and look around for an hour and just this is amazing, and it was just it was incredible. It was an incredible. So I had that, it was really tough, and I was going through some really hard stuff. But as soon as she cut it off, it was like a cancer cut out of me. It was I think we were both just so relieved.
Yeah.
We were just stoked it was over. At that point, we had both just run everything into the ground.
Over it. You're hey,
right. I wish we could have. We don't talk ever again. We'll never talk again, I'm sure. But I wish we could high five over it now, because we're probably both so much happier.
Yeah.
Now that it's over. But yeah, dude, it was really good tour, and it was just a blast. It was such a party. It was such a party tour. I just had so much fun with so many people, and had such a good time, and met a bunch of really new friends that I still talk to now.
Party tour while sober. You're a sober night owl.
I am. Yeah. Oh man, I never sleep.
Yeah.
I don't
know. I called you at noon today. It sounded like you were sleeping.
Yeah, I was. I do sleep. I just don't. I'm a night. Yeah, you're right. I'm a night owl. I sleep during the day. It's crazy. But I go through phases. I feel I'm in a really bad night owl phase where I stay up till 4 a.m. every night, and I just can't sleep before then. It's I can't do it. It's just my schedule.
Yeah.
But I don't have to be up, so it's cool. But yeah, I got back to Tallahassee, and I was gone 4 days later. I packed up all my stuff.
Oh yeah, and then you're back in Nashville.
Yeah.
And then you're back trying to kickstart everything you kind of not abandoned, but everything you left behind. You said it kind of
Yeah, I did abandon it, man. I
Okay.
left it. I like totally just like left everything behind. I feel like that's a good word actually.
Okay.
But no, but yeah, I left it all behind, and I would try to I tried to keep it up. You know, I tried to keep up appearances and come to Nashville like every couple months or something, but it just wasn't always possible. You know,
Mhm.
so and I tried to like kind of pretend I was still a Nashville artist like the whole time I was gone, but it was just obvious I wasn't there.
Yeah.
And so I moved back, and so my buddies Christian, who goes by Since When, and Zach, who goes by Animal, they're living in this warehouse. And my buddy Taco, you met Taco? Was he on tour with me ever?
I don't think so.
Taco, we've done a couple tours together, and Taco was living in this warehouse, and I just came up there, and I was just like, y'all let me crash with you, right? And they're like, yeah, they were cool with it. And Taco left, he went to Canada, and then two of the other roommates just left, and I was like, and they were like, you want a room? And I was like, yeah, and you get the loft.
Oh.
So like,
Yeah, so you're in
yeah,
the
so like,
same warehouse you're in now.
yeah, so they're in the warehouse and they just let me move in.
Yeah. And I know you said you have like recording stuff there. You guys have shows there. Is this like where the new album is called Cut the Kite String?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Was that all like conceived there, or like where's all that album written?
Man, that
All
album,
over?
I wrote that album over a 3-year period,
Oh,
like
wow.
after Rap and Destroy. I started writing that like right after Rap and Destroy.
Okay.
I just started writing songs, and I wrote, 10 songs that aren't on the album. You know? Like I wrote a bunch of songs, but that's like the culmination of 3 years of work of all the best stuff that I made. Over
And
the
you're
past
starting
years.
to produce on it too. And I think whenever we played in Tallahassee, you had like you played an instrument. Which instrument did you play?
I don't know, guitar maybe, ukulele.
Guitar. Probably, I think it was ukulele. Do you also have like a keyboard that you play?
Play keys sometimes too.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm like really bad at all of them. I can like barely play any instrument. I just like can like kind of fake it enough to like get through a song or two.
Yeah.
But it's like that's like it. And I can barely. It was so funny. Like I'm starting to learn other people's songs now, but like originally, like I could play like 3 songs that I wrote, but I couldn't play anybody else's songs. It was just like the 3 songs I wrote, and that's it. And I didn't know any other songs.
Yeah, that's normally not a good sign.
Yeah, it's yeah. So I'm playing more recently, and I'm starting to learn a bunch of songs and trying to get my repertoire up and get better. But
cool.
yeah, I mean, I'm actually kind of like, stepping away from that. I feel like I just want to focus on rapping and like doing beats. Like I like playing guitar, but until I can actually play, like I don't really
especially since like everybody plays guitar.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a tough audience when you go out there.
Yeah, dude. Every play.
Like, hey man, my uncle Stevie. I'm gonna call him right now. He's gonna come and shred on your ass.
Yeah, exactly.
He's gonna break that guitar on your head. It's like, all right,
totally.
sorry.
Yeah, you just look like a buster if you can barely play guitar. Like, it's funny, but I did it because it was like, this is fun because I want to do something different.
Yeah.
Like doing the rap thing, it just gets boring sometimes. So I want to do something different.
Like...
But I think I'm finding some other ways to do different stuff. With like the gear that I use, like I got an SP and a Chaos Pad. I totally stole Adder's setup.
That's awesome. So you're touring on Cut the Kite String now.
Yeah.
Just doing the damn thing back in Nashville.
Yeah, man.
Really focused on music.
Yeah, that's like my main thing now. And I'm also, I'm doing music videos too now.
Oh yeah, I think I've seen that.
So I've put out like 2 music videos that I've done. I'm working on my 3rd music video for myself. But it's got Chesky in it. It's gonna be awesome. We're like burning American flags and shit. It's gonna be great. I can't wait for people to see it.
The internet's gonna love it.
I know it's gonna be. I'm gonna get a lot of hate mail probably, but
yeah,
I can't wait.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm doing some other just like videos for local people in Nashville here and there. Like I've done a couple, and the dudes I'm living with, we are part of a collective called the Southern Demon Herd. And that's kind of what I released the record under. It was like our first...
Southern Demon Herd?
Yeah, it was like our 3rd release under... So we just started this label. Like I got there and I was like, just kind of talked Zach into like turning Demon Herd into a label.
Yeah, it's like you already got the movement.
Yeah, we're already a collective. People know who we are. Like, we're going to do a label. And that's what's happening.
Cool.
So.
That's awesome, man. I feel like there's like so much we didn't cover.
Yeah.
but that just happens sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't know. Any last words, closing words?
I don't know, man. I'm excited for the summer. I'm
Yeah.
excited for the future. Iceland, Berlin, freaking tour.
Yeah,
Life.
just touring all over. You're
Yeah.
like a nonstop machine.
Yeah, that's all I want to do, man. I'm playing all these. I'm doing production work, like sound production work at all these festivals, like during, like July, but then like August, September, like this whole fall, I'm just gonna hit it super hard.
That's
Be
awesome.
everywhere.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Well, I'll definitely keep an eye out for you. And
Thanks, man.
yeah, man. Thanks for doing this.
Thank
This
you,
is way
dude.
better than the one we did when I was drunk after
Yeah.
the Rock Room show. However long ago that was.
Yeah, this is great.
Cool, man.
Awesome.
Look, I'd consider myself a realist, all right? But in philosophical terms, I'm what's called a pessimist.
Okay, what's that mean?
Means I'm bad at parties.
Let me tell you, you ain't great outside the parties either.
Yeah, they wanna fight, but I wake up with armor. Alarms ring to bring together the fire starters. Entrepreneurs playing telephone with a rumor. The last choice suitors, the new style abusers. Yeah, maybe you heard of me. I'm honest as a courtesy. There's no learning curve, just sick words that murder me. You kill the rhetoric, they out you with torches. Then martyr the righteous and sell bonds as courtship. I know we living in decline, out here on the grind. Out here with a mission and I'm losing my mind. Touching that cloud, I seek number 9. In my dreams, what I seek, I will find. I know we live in the decline, out here on the grind. Out here with a mission and I'm losing my mind. Touching that cloud, I seek number 9. In my dreams, what I seek, I will find. Burn a bridge, learn to swim, get a chance, get it in. There's no in, no sin, no heart, thick skin. No option to take back the words that you sin. Everywhere that you've been, everywhere that you go, they're waiting on you to put on that show. It's not about what you do, it's who you know, and how much ass you can kiss for the dough. So I loosen my tongue and I hit that road. Every open heart noose with a pickle loose tooth. Every Nickelback fan could go jump off a roof. Not trying to be rude, or maybe I am, but damn man, it's all bad news, and it's all that I knew, and it's all that I am. Known as a bad man for the tattoos on my hand. My life they can't stand, cause I'm not like them. We are not like you, I'm not like him. I know we live in the decline, out here on the grind. Out here with a mission and I'm losing my mind. Touching that cloud, I seek number 9. In my dreams, what I seek, I will find. I know we live in the decline, out here on the grind. Out here with a mission and I'm losing my mind. Touching that cloud, I seek number 9. In my dreams, when I seek, I will find. No gods, no managers, no press, no handlers. Not into looking really pretty for your cameras. Looking like a cantaloupe, get sick, no antidote. This trip is hand or throw or get hit, but man, I'm broke. Watch out, homie, your style's a trigger warning. Most rappers future rapists in street clothing. And I take what I need and I leave the rest. They got hatred and greed, I got trust and respect. And I'm willing to bet that you all wanna party. I'm sorry, I'm not here to be a one-man army. Captain Buzzkill got added to the bill, and I'm back for the kill without a major record deal. Added to my will, take these words and burn them. Mix with my ashes and dump them in the ocean. There is no forever, be yourself now. Take a risk, take a chance, don't wait to find out. Yeah, don't wait to find out. I know we live in the decline, out here on the grind. Out here with a mission and I'm losing my mind. Touching that cloud, I seek number 9. In my dreams, what I seek, I will find. I know we live in the decline, out here on the grind. Out here with a mission and I'm losing my mind. Touching that cloud, I seek number 9. In my dreams, what I seek, I will find. Yo, what I seek, I will find. In my dreams, what I seek, I will find. Yeah, yeah.